How to get sales on your Shopify store. So in this video, I'll be guiding you step by step on how to get sales on your Shopify store, right? So getting visitors to your Shopify store is only half the battle. The next step is turning those visitors into paying customers, right? So whether you're making your first sale or trying to grow your business, these 5 strategies will help you increase your conversions and generate more sales. All right, so the first thing you'll want to do is bring the right traffic. So what does this mean? Is you want to find people who are actually interested in buying your product from your Shopify store, right? So where can you find this traffic source? So here's a few places. So first off, TikTok, a great place to just create organic content and generate traffic. Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Pinterest, and of course Google Search are all great traffic sources to generate that traffic to get customers to visit your store and hopefully buy a item from your store, right? So, but of course, what type of content do you need to upload on these type of platforms? Well, you want to create content that solves a problem, shows your product in action, right? Answers common questions that maybe a potential customer might have. Include customer reviews, right? So you could do a quick video review and then post a testimonial screenshot of the customer's testimonial of the product. And you have to have a clear call to action, right? So at the end of the video, right, it remind people to either click the buy button on TikTok or to visit your link in the description below, right? To generate that traffic and get that potential lead to visit your store to buy the item, right? So what are some tips that you can use? So first off, you want to post consistently, right? So what does this mean? It could be, if your schedule allows you only once a week, then post once a week. If you could post 2 or 3 times a week, post 2 or 3 times a week. Or if you really can post every single day, right? 1 video a day, then that will help you a lot, right? And then from there, you'll be able to scale up as well. Like once you start generating traffic, maybe you could hire somebody who only uploads content every single day, like 5 to 10 videos per day, right? Repurpose your content across platforms. This is a big hack. You don't need to post the same. You don't have to create new content for every different platform, right? So you could open something like CapCut, right? And then create the content on CapCut, download the video, upload it on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, etc. Right? That one video, you could distribute it, right? And just see what works and what doesn't work, right? And of course, you don't have to focus on all the platforms, right? Focus on 1 or 2 first at the start, and then from there you can move on from there, right? Focus on educating instead of constantly selling, right? Yeah, so very important. You don't want to just create a video and be like, hey, buy this new fidget spinner, right? You want to educate every single time, right? Maybe if you're uploading, let's say 4 times a week, right? 3 videos of the week are educational, sharing, answering questions, sharing reviews, right? And then 1 video out of those 4 could be a selling video, right? Because you're now providing value by providing the education and telling them how it could help them, and then you could do the selling on the 4th video, right? Use AI to come up with ideas, right? Super simple. You can also use tools like Uber Suggest to help you see what people are searching for and create content from there, right? And this is really big, right? If you want to use tools like this, because you could search like what you're selling in your niche, and then see what people are actually searching for on Google, let's say, right? And from there, you'll be able to see, what type of questions people have when they're entering that keyword inside of a search engine like Google, right? And then from there, you'll be able to create content when it comes to that type of niche that you're creating for. Number 2, optimize your store for SEO, right? This is like a low-hanging fruit, and like I found this Reddit post recently in the last few days of a Shopify merchant who he said that they don't have social media, right, and hasn't never posted their shop anywhere, right, but they still get lots of sales. How? By SEO, right? And so that's why you want to focus your store a lot on SEO, maybe after a month or 2, right, and start optimizing your store for SEO. right? So what are a few things that you could optimize, right? So your product titles, right? You want to optimize your product titles, your product descriptions, your collection pages, right? Blog posts, image alt text. This is something I know I don't do that often, right? And I should be doing it more often. And it's like a low hanging fruit that probably if I don't do it, a lot of people don't do it. And so if you're able to like focus and be able to like do this a lot, then you should see start to generate sales, right? Because SEO, it's not gonna be instantly, right? It's gonna be maybe 3 to 6 months, but like once you have that SEO built up in your store, right, and you optimize a lot of things in your store for SEO, you're gonna start generating sales, right, from searches, from ChatGPT probably even as well, right? Easy wins, right? Use keywords customers search for. Really important here. You don't want to just write like black t-shirt. Maybe you want to write like men's black t-shirt with cotton material, let's say, right? Write helpful blog articles. Again, instead of doing video, right, you could use tools like Uber Suggest as well to help write blog articles that answer questions that people are having. Like, if you're selling, a black t-shirt, right, you could write an article like, top 10 things to look for when buying your next t-shirt, right? Or why buying a t-shirt with this material is not good, instead, and you should buy instead a t-shirt with this material made from this material, right? Etc. Right? Answer common questions. Again, go on Google, search, pretend that you're the customer, right, on Google, and then on Google you'll be able to see that like it has people also are asking this, right, on the search. You could click on that, right, and each of those could be blog post, right? You could answer questions like that. Optimize every product page as well, really important as well. And then example blog topics, right? Again, best gifts for dog lovers, how to choose the perfect running shoes, beginner's guide to camping gear, right? All these are answering questions, and then from there, your blog post inside Shopify, because you could create blog posts in Shopify, right? Go to content, blog post, right, and you can create a blog post, and you can add your products right there as well. So something to take into account. And as well, you want to use tools like TinyIMG SEO, right? I'll have this in the description below, right? So you'll want to use this tool. Again, I'll have the link for this in the description below, because they have a ton of great features for your SEO when it comes to your Shopify store, right? Like page SEO optimization, right? It will check AI product descriptions, right? You could create optimized descriptions for your product, right? As well, site audit, right? As well. And so if I go to Tiny SEO on my Shopify store, right, you'll be able to see that first off is telling me I need to get a custom domain, because because it's saying that this domain address does not rank really well, right? And so that's a helpful tip right there, right? The next thing, you can see my SEO health panel is not that good. It's at 48, right? And it knows these 2 pages, I have pages that one needs improvement and 3 that are not optimized, right? And so I could click pages and see which ones need to be optimized. Again, really helpful, right? And you could again see the basic, advanced SEO, right? And yeah, I highly recommend you guys go check out Tiny SEO, because this will help your store when you're optimizing it for SEO, right? I'll have the link again in the description below for this tool. All right, so the next one, you want to learn from winning ads when you want to generate sales for your Shopify store, right? So how can you learn from winning ads? Well, you can actually download a tool called Shopify Spy, right? So again, I'll have the link for this tool in the description below, right? And what I like about this tool is that you'll be able to analyze the traffic of your competitors, right, as well, but also you'll be able to do ad campaigns, right? So track your competitors' advertising strategies across social media, right? And this is really important if you want to one day start to use Meta ads, Instagram ads, right, TikTok ads, right, to generate traffic to your store, right? Then you want to use what's working for your competitors, right? And so this again will be a great tool just to see what other Shopify stores are doing as well, right? And you'll be able to look for like winning creatives, product angles, ad copy, landing page ideas, offer promotions, right? And then once you find like you're gonna have to find strategies. You're gonna have to try different strategies, and once you find one, you're gonna create your own and test it, right? Because maybe you'll have maybe you'll get an idea from what you did from learning from other competitors. But then if you try to copy it exactly, it might not work for your store. So you'll need to try to like find a version that fits your store, right? And you'll need to do a lot of testing on this. But yeah, this tool will help you a lot when it comes to spying on other Shopify stores. The next one is recover lost sales with email marketing, right? So many people forget about like trying to get first-time visitors to buy again if they don't buy the first time, right? So you're like, let's say you're generating so much traffic from TikTok, from Instagram Reels, right? You're paying for Meta ads, Instagram ads, right? Most of those leads that come to your store might not buy the very first time, right? And so if you don't have email marketing set up properly in your store, then you're losing money as well, right? Because with email marketing, you can, let's say, when a visitor comes from your TikTok, like from your TikTok account, right? And let's say that they add an item to the cart, but then they don't check out fully, right? That's a lost sale, right? Because you don't have an abandoned email marketing campaign set up properly, right? But if you have, let's say, an abandoned cart email, right? The next time that if they added their email and check on everything, you can have an email, an abandoned cart email, right? Automation that will send them an email, let's say 5 minutes later, to remind them to check out, or like, if they don't open the email, right? You can send them another email like 2 hours later, and then 5 hours later, and then like etc. Right? Or you could do a pop up, right? So if again somebody visits your store from your Instagram account, right? You could do like, hey, thanks for visiting. Here's 10% off. Enter your email, right? Now that you have your email, you have their email, you can send them emails, right? So even if they don't buy the very first time, right, you can send them like marketing campaigns, a lot of things to just get them to remember to buy something from you, right? And so for this, I would recommend this tool called OmniSend, right? So once you connect it to your store, so this is my OmniSend connected to my demo store, right? You'll be able to create the forms I was talking to you about, right? They have a lot of templates here that you can use, right? So you can do templates from here, right? So when somebody visits your store, right, you can have it be like, either 30 seconds after they arrive to summon this template, this pop-up, right? Or also they have automations, right? I was talking about the abandoned cart email, right? So you could go to the create workflow, and then from here they have a ton of ready here. So you don't have to manually create it, right? They already have it here, right? And then abandoned cart, you could customize it here, right? And how the email is going to look as well, right? And then you can customize the time, right? Instead of waiting like 11 hours, you could do like wait 2 hours, let's say, right? And so very important to have this app installed on your Shopify store for email marketing, because because you're doing all the hard work of generating traffic, and so email marketing could be that like helpful tool to get those visitors who don't buy to buy again, or who don't buy, right, to make sure that they buy from your store, right? And then you can send them email campaigns as well, right, weekly. So like if you're having a big sale, create email campaigns for that as well here, right? And again, I'll have the link for OmniSend in the description below, so you guys go download it for your Shopify store. All right, so the last thing you'll want to do, of course, is build trust with influencers and affiliates, right? So for this, when somebody buys from your store, right, you want to just like, those are the best ones that you want to use, right? You want to reach out to those buyers and be like, hey, like, I want you to have this free product, but like in return, can you like do a video review of a video review, or like, can you do a video review of the product that you just bought from us and how much you love it, because you like, and in return we'll give you like $10 off, or like a free product, let's say, right? And so you could do that as well, and so that will help you a lot, because those are the best type of videos and testimonials you want to get, right? It's from actual customers who have bought from you, and they're fans as well, right? And for this, you want to use like a tool like Looks, right? Again, I'll have the link for this in the description below, right? It's just a tool that allows you to get reviews, right? Video reviews, photo reviews of your product so that you can post it on your Shopify store, right? And this will help you so much, right? Having that social proof when first time visitors visit your store, right? And if they see a lot of people buying it, right, and how happy they are, then there's a high likely chance that they'll buy from you as well. All right, so that's pretty much it on how to get sales on your Shopify store, right? First off, you want to bring the right traffic, right? So that means creating content that solves problems, shows products and actions, right? Answer common questions. You want to optimize your store for SEO, right? So when people are searching for something on Google, let's say, Google is going to want to show your store instead because it's optimized for that certain search result that the customer is looking for, right? And then you want to use tools like Shopify Spy, right, to see what other Shopify merchants are doing when it comes to ads as well. And then use email marketing, right, for your stores, because like you're doing all the hard work of generating traffic, but if you don't have a way to, to encourage, those first-time visitors to buy right from your store after they leave, then you're just losing money. So that's pretty much it. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.